Yeah.
What'd
I'll
you guys
just
talk
sleep
about?
until noon.
Not bad.
Bats and sleeping habits.
And bards.
Also, I went to IBRB to make chocolate milk, but we don't even have the Hershey stuff. So I just have milk right now. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm disappointed in you too.
I supplied you a grill today.
Oh yeah, well,
Good thing you
I think it's still frustrating to lose anyway.
lose what?
Flippin' card game.
Oh.
And because of that, I left the canteen.
I thought I was losing my sanity. Because you just kind of said something that didn't make any sense.
Shut up. I always make sense.
Uh-huh.
It was
You
still...
ain't making sense when you in college, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I gotcha, because I'm
You're
poor.
not employed. Because you're not employed, you're new in your education.
I do have a job, actually.
Oh yeah, you work at the library.
Flippin'...
Well, you ain't making sense, you making dollars.
Thanks.
I'm done now.
It was still too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea.
Where should I head to?
Ooh.
What scene? You see that thing up top?
And scene. Wow,
Is that like a
I can
stage
hover
or...
here, and I can click scene.
Oh, broken hitboxes, jeez.
They're actually not even close.
Well, that purple-haired lady's... what's her name? Lena's probably in the square again.
No, Lena's still in the tournament. We lost that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is that? Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot what timeline we were in.
Do you want to go to scene?
Well, let's wager what could possibly happen in each one.
I think it's like a stage or something.
Yeah, probably. Bus stop, we're just gonna cry ourselves to sleep. I have no idea what would happen at the boathouse.
I feel like
The
something
square...
romantic could happen at the beach, but
Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't know about the beach. The beach is
And
a little scary.
the sports fields will probably run into Redhead there if she's done with the tournament.
Guess we gotta go to the scene.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's go.
And I really don't want to see that doctor.
I do.
Well, you don't like my voice for the lady?
I just... When we got all these underage women, do we really want the milk?
Yes.
Good to have options.
I decided to walk north, or at least in the direction that I believed it was. After several minutes, far ahead I saw a concert hall, several rows of wooden benches, and a similarly wooden stage. I climbed onto the stage. What?
I don't know, it's kind of stupid.
So much varied musical equipment. So much varied musical equipment. Loudspeakers, a microphone stand, and even a piano. I imagined that I was in front of a massive audience, shouting and chanting my name, my eyes hurting from the spotlights.
He just starts doing a stand-up act. Like, hello, is this thing on?
I think he's thinking about playing a riff, not cracking some jokes.
Darn.
Imagining a guitar in my hands, I tried to perform a long and striking solo. I suppose it looked pretty funny from a stranger's point of view. A weird guy swinging his arms on stage, jumping around like an ape and making faces.
I hope no one can see me here.
With that in mind, I jumped off the stage and hurried away.
So nothing happened.
That's fine. For the first
Guy's
time
off
today,
his rocker. Sorry.
hey, he's just hanging out, buddy. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga Dmitrievna must have been sleeping already.
Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday.
I entered the cabin, quietly stripped and laid on the bed.
When you think about it, my situation hadn't gotten any clearer today.
What are these blankets? What are these covering? Like, they're
like... These giant sheets of paper.
Yeah, but they're cut wrong. Like, why does it just come to a point here and then go all the way back in? That's not gonna cover anything. This is not covering your legs. What is this?
Maybe they just didn't tuck their bed in. I don't know.
It's garbage.
Or, in fact, I've spent the whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never even thought about doing something like this in the real world. Although I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity, or maybe there are only a few minutes left.
I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long time, while I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired, psychologically, and God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to shove off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself, or at least without my active participation.
And what if I'm stuck here forever? I will have to get used to it. So, just like that, I'm not ready. Ahem.
My consciousness slowly drifted away from me, and it became progressively harder to concentrate on something distinct.
Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow.
I rolled over and fell asleep. Day 3. At some point. There it is. Pog. The night left a feeling of anxiety behind. I woke up exhausted both physically and mentally. It happens to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dream, as if you fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects. Then you wake up in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain. But that part of my memory was empty, either archived or formatted completely. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock.
Gross.
I seem to be an early bird today.
Olga Dmitrievna was still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket.
Wrapping so tightly in a hot summer?
I got up, stretched, and went to the mirror to have a look at myself.
I'd better shave.
Strange idea. Before, twice a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway.
Why do I even need it if I look like I'm 17 at most? So, breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m. This means I have plenty of time.
Which I can spend on walking and washing, for example. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, its refreshing coolness helped me to brace up and come back to reality, whether all these events could be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga Dmitrievna was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixing her hair.
Good morning, Sunyan.
Morning.
Because of a lack of sleep, my head was still singing, and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping in for 2 or 3 more hours.
How come you got up so early?
It just happened.
And no neckerchief once again? Let me...
I'll do it myself, not a big deal. I'm on my way to the canteen.
I don't think so. Do it now. Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast?
How could I ever forget? And what's the lineup going to be about today?
We'll discuss the agenda for the day.
So, what's the agenda?
Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for our courageous pioneer troop. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I could manage to avoid enemy locations.
You'll find that out at the lineup.
That's such a kakoi drawing. Sugoi. Kawaii.
Ooh.
Uwoo. Oh whoa. She gave me a willy smile.
A wily.
Willy. I like
A
willy.
wily.
Nah, dude, she gave me a
Well,
willy
seeing-
A
smile.
willy smile.
Seeing her made our Willie smile.
I like it.
Olga Dmitrievna, you know, my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather... Well, you know, I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I failed to control it right there. Where did all this courage come from?
We have 5 more minutes.
I'm afraid I might need more time. Could you tell me right now, please? What? Sure. Did I read one of Alex's lines?
No, I don't think so.
So,
Sure, I'll try, but just in case it all goes down.
Flippin' peon having to click on the screen.
oh, fine. On our list today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor tasks, and of course, we have a ball in the evening. Watch yourself. You must take part in the camp activities today.
You bet. Definitely, and now I'd rather...
Come on, let's hit the road.
I came out of the cab and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga Dmitrievna to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do with that lineup. Blank. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there.
Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing.
2 days have passed and I'm still right where I started. All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities don't seem out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers.
Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already, somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay. But this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of the Soviet camp and its residents. Even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have to decide here and now, are those people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me any answers?
Or do I have to seek the truth somewhere else? Blank. Okay. It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m.
That's even better. Two's company, three's a crowd.
Lenny was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork at an amorphous lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace.
Or at least try to have one.
I was on the way to her table when suddenly someone grabbed me by my sleeve. Zinnia, the librarian.
Teacher Mealing, come. We need to talk. What are you waiting for?
I was a bit confused.
Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden?
What's wrong? Get your meal in, sit down.
I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal.
Did we promise Lena?
I don't remember promising Lena anything.
No, but would we rather sit with Lena or her?
I mean, I'd probably rather sit with Lena.
Yeah, I think Lena too.
I suppose.
Going with Lena, screw you, and look at that. And it's like, it's woo.
Yeah,
A backwards
come
question
here,
mark.
breakfast, like,
Yeah, she needs hair gel for her entire hair. She just leaves that one every day. I bet it really bothers people.
and this is why we go and sit with Lena.
Just to tilt me with her stupid little backwards question mark. I was sure that Lena wouldn't mind if I sat next to her.
Hold on, wait a second.
Sorry, maybe later.
I gently loosened my sleeve from her grip and headed to the farthest corner of the canteen. Xenia was shouting something in my direction, but I tried to ignore her.
Hi, good morning.
Having heard the librarian shouting, Lena had been stealing glances at me for a while.
Morning.
Strangely enough, she didn't blush, but smiled instead.
Would you mind if I join you? I'll get my meal and be back in no time.
Yes, sir.
Blink. Oh, she's angry now. In a minute, I was already sitting in front of her with a simple set of plates and a tray. Porridge, 2 poached eggs, 4 pieces of wheat bread, 4, a boiled sausage, a glass of compote made of unknown fruits and berries.
This is why Ukraine suffered in freaking famine.
Dude, 4 pieces of wheat bread. That sounds awful. No butter, no jam, just here's some wheat bread. You can cut the crust off if you feel like it, peon.
Have a nice meal.
Thanks.
I was trying to eat as neatly as I could, no chomping, smearing the food, or spilling the compote over myself.
It seems that eating like a human and not like a hog was not that hard at all.
As usual, Lena remained silent, which means I should start the conversation.
Going to the dance tonight?
Probably.
Oh, she's angry again. She was silent for a while.
And you?
I don't know yet.
Though I didn't want to go there at all. I didn't like dance parties since my school days.
Why so?
What do you mean?
My mind was still far away in my school times.
Why don't you want to go?
I didn't say I don't want to,
Okay then.
but if you're inviting me...
Lena turned red and looked away.
I don't really...
Sorry, just kidding.
I felt confused. Better not joke like that.
Fine.
Lena said indifferently and focused on her food while her face turned even more red.
Why am I stuck on this dance as if we have nothing else to talk about? But wait, is there actually anything? By the way, do you know what Xenia wanted to ask me?
Huh?
I mean, when I just came in, she wanted something from me.
I don't know.
I see.
This does not appear to be going well at all.
This appears to be going terrible.
That's what I like. The conversation reached a dead end, so I tried to seem fully focused on my meal. Blink. Lena finished her breakfast first.
I should go. See you later.
You gotta smile.
See ya.
That's better than usual, Pog. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted pear cable.
I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not.
A pioneer sitting at the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast.
Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues.
Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary.
I have nothing to do in that place.
Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary.
Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one.
Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse, who was standing on the porch.
All of a sudden, I can think of 2 reasons.
Hi there, pioneer.
She came closer.
You must be sick. Did you come for some medicine, darling? No, I was just wandering around. Oh, a truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you.
I gave her a look of inquiry.
The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable.
The nurse smiled spitefully.
You both will help me to make an inventory of the supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both?
Hi again.
Lena!
Well,
Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seems strange that I hadn't noticed her until now.
come here after dinner. I've explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga Dmitrievna told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So, there were visitors to our camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? I'm just curious. Alright then, pioneer. So tonight after dinner, you'll be here.
Maybe I.
Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely, she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja.
I could do it on my own.
Strange, she seemed more spirited during lunch.
No way, there are lots of boxes. And a pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, pioneer?
Stop calling me a pioneer.
Pioneer.
She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and also I've got more important things to do.
Like spending an hour thinking, just standing still in cabin. Very important.
Yeah, oh yeah, my mind slipped away. 2 hours later. But rejecting this request would really... would be really improper. If it wasn't Lana who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. I'm thinking we gotta do this thing right here. I have this whole thing here.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
help out.
Yeah.
That means more nurse lines for me later.
Pog.
Nice. That's how a true pioneer should answer.
Your eyes have been closed for a long time. Even after these words, I barely came a step
I'm
closer to the...
self-conscious about my two-colored eyes.
You should be. You should
Don't
be
point it out,
prepared.
darling.
Always prepared motto, darling.
Then you can go.
I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. Guess all that time she spent staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about the life and habits of different insects. Yes, that's truly what I get as I stare at my wall. Oh yes, I understand everything now.